Finally, I handle earthwork and setting out. This is the first step in construction and involves clearing the site, leveling the ground, and marking the layout of the house using pegs and string lines. We use tools like measuring tape, total station, pegs, chalk, and excavators. Proper setting out ensure all walls and columns are placed accurately and the structure is safe. The type of foundation chosen for our residential house is the pad footing foundation. We selected this because it is simple, cost-effective, and suitable for firm soil conditions. The construction steps include excavation, placing a blinding layer, installing reinforcement, formwork, concrete pouring, and then curing for at least 7 days. Tools used include excavators, concrete mixers, steel benders, and vibrators. Pad footing is ideal for small structures like double-story houses and it provides enough support under each column.
For beams, key factors include the load they must carry, the span length, and how they connect to columns and walls. This ensures that the building can safely support structural loads. For slabs, we consider the type of floor usage, how loads are distributed, and the span between supports. Slab must be thick enough to prevent deflection and cracking, especially in wet areas like bedrooms. Other important considerations for both beam and slab include cost efficiency, material availability, and compliance with building codes. Now for the construction method, the process starts with setting up the formwork, which hold the concrete in place. Next, steel reinforcement is placed, main bars and stirrups for beams, and a steel mesh for slabs. Then, concrete is poured and vibrate to eliminate air pockets. After pouring, the structure is screwed for several days to gain strength. Once cured, the formwork is removed and the structure is ready for the next stage. This method ensures the beams and slabs are strong, stable, and capable of supporting both life and dead load over the life the
Next, for the column, we use reinforced concrete columns. They are important because they carry vertical loads from beams, slabs, and the roof down for the foundation. The process starts with marking, installing, formwork, placing rebar, pouring concrete, and then curing. In our design, porch columns are exposed and finished with smooth concrete, while interior columns are plastered and painted. RC columns are strong, fire resistant, and suitable for both structure and design.
Rooftop is the top part for the structure of a building. For our house, we choose flat roof for our rooftop. The reason behind this is flat rooftop is cheaper than the slope rooftop. Other than that, flat rooftop provide easy access and maintenance. Flat rooftop also provide extra space. For the construction method, first we do the planning and the design to know the rooftop design. Then we can continue with the rooftop structure. Then we can apply the waterproofing layer isolation, and also thermal isolation, and then we can proceed with the surface finishing, and we can add the drainage system, and finally we can do the final inspection and maintenance to check if there's a problem. Advantage of flat rooftop are it is more easy to build, it provides extra space, and also is easy to access and maintenance. The disadvantage is the water can pool. A series of steps in a building that connects one floor level to another. We choose L-shaped stair for our stairs. For the construction method, first we need to mark the stair location. Then we need to build the stair structure by using formwork. Then we need to pour the concrete. Then we need to do stair finishing by removing the formwork after the concrete has hardened. Then we need to do final inspection by checking whether the stair is properly done or not. For advantage, L-shaped design stair are safe space and aesthetic design. For at disadvantage, L-shaped design stair are more complex to build. Conclusion, L-shaped stairs are suitable choice for our house as they save space, provide privacy between floors, enhance safety with a landing, and add aesthetic value. Though slightly more complex to build, their functional and visual benefits make them suitable option for residential use.
Good morning everyone. Thank you very much for being here today. I'm going to take you through the construction process for 3 key elements of this modern house: the walls, the window and doors, and the ceiling. So each of these plays a vital role in the home's overall structure, comfort and appearance. So let's begin. So first, I'm gonna explain about wall construction. Let's start with the walls. For this house, we will use what's called a hybrid wall system. That means we don't rely on just one material. Instead, we use a mix that suits each part of the building. We will use AAC blocks, that's autoclave aerated concrete, or hollow concrete blocks, and in some areas brick, especially for international partition walls. Here's how we build the walls. First, we mark everything out. After the concrete structure, beams, columns and slab is done, we mark where the walls will go using the agriculture drawings. That way, everything lines up exactly. Then, we install the wall material. We lay the AAC or concrete blocks in horizontal rows using cement mortar. The joints are staggered for extra strength. Next, we reinforce the structure if needed in place like corners, wall junction or seismic zone. We add steel bars or mesh to help prevent cracks and improve durability. Finally, we plaster and finish the walls. Inside, we use cement or gypsum plaster to create a smooth surface for painting. Outside, we apply waterproof plaster and sometimes add stone cladding, wood planers or weatherproof paint for a clean modern look. This approach gives us walls that are strong, well insulated and visually sharp. Okay, now we're gonna go for windows and doors. Next up are the windows and doors. They were not only important for letting in light and fresh air, they also offer security, sound insulation, and essence the home's design. We will use modern durable materials like aluminum or PVC frames, tempered or laminated glass, and timber composite doors depending on where they were installed. Here, the process. First, we prepare the openings. Once the walls are in, we make sure all the door and window opening are the right size and completely level. Then, we install the frames. They are fit securely into the wall and sealed to prevent any water leaks. Aluminum and UPVC are great choice because they are low maintenance and long lasting. Next, we fit the glazing or door panels. Tempered glass is installed in the windows and the doors are hinged or fixed into sliding track. Finally, we do the finishing touches. We apply silicone or sealant around the edge and install the locks, handles and hinges. In the end, you will got windows and doors that are safe, stylish and built to last.
Floor component. Floor is a flat surface of a building that receives all the load and the activities of the occupant in it. For the lower floor, we choose solid floor. For the upper floor, we choose reinforcement cement. For the floor finishing, we choose tiles. The reason we choose solid floor for our floor is because solid floor it's less complex than the reinforcement floor, and it is more durable than the wooden one. The construction method, first we need to plan and design the floor first to know the measurement, and then we need to do the formwork. After that, we need to pour the concrete, and then we need to remove the formwork after concrete was hardened, and then we need to do the floor finishing where we check all the measurement and the slope to make sure there's no misalignment, and then we can continue with the floor finishing by applying the tile floor.
And finally, I gonna explain about ceiling construction. In this room, we will use a false ceiling system, mainly made from gypsum board or PVC panels. It is suspended just below the concrete slab, creating a tidy, modern look and hiding away any wires or piping above. Here's how it's done. First, we mark out the ceiling height. We use a laser or spirit level to get a perfect even line all the way around the room. Then, we install the frame. A lightweight steel frame is fixed to the slab using suspension wires, giving us a strong base to hold the ceiling panels. Next, we fit the panels. Gypsum boards or PVC panels are screwed onto the frame. We carve out space for light, fans or vents when needed. Finally, we smooth and finish the surface. We tape and fill the joints, sand them flat, and then apply a coat of paint to complete the ceiling. It's a clean, practical system that makes the room feel sleek, cool and complete. So in conclusion, the walls are built using a hybrid approach for strength, insulation and durability. For the window and doors are fixed using modern materials that provide safety, light and energy efficiency. And the ceiling system adds a clean finish while keeping everything above neat and clean. Together, this element creates a home that's functional, comfortable and beautifully modern. Thank you for listening.
First, the choice of joint is very important because it affects the strength, safety, and durability of the building. Joint must be able to transfer both vertical and horizontal loads and also accommodate small structural movement without cracking or failure. Sometimes, when concrete is poured in stage, we use construction joints. These need proper surface preparation and bonding agents to ensure the old and new concrete bond well. Other factors like durability, weather exposure, and building codes also influence the type of joint. For example, in long slabs in exterior walls, expansion joints are used to allow thermal movement and prevent cracks. Now for the construction method, in ideal condition, we pour the beam, column and slab together. This is called monolithic casting, which ensure a strong, continuous structure. When this is possible, we introduce construction joints in less critical areas like mid-span of beams or near column face. Before pouring new concrete, clean the surface and apply bonding agents like cement slurry or epoxy. Lastly, reinforcement bars such as door or starter bars are placed across the joint to keep all parts well connected and prevent separation. So, is the infrastructure is play as a major role. The slope of the land, soil type, and elevation determine how drainage system and foundation are designed. Proper grading helps prevent waterlogging and ensure efficient stormwater flow. Next is utility access. The availability and distance of main water, sewage, and electrical lines will guide the choice of material and system layouts. In areas with limited infrastructure, we might use septic tanks, water storage system, or even solar panel. Sustainability is another important consideration. Features like rainwater harvesting, energy-saving lighting, and underground ducting allow for eco-friendly use and easy future upgrades. Now, let's move to the construction method. The process usually begins with trenching and laying underground pipes or cables. For water and drainage, we use PVC or HDPE pipes with proper bending along with manholes and inspection canvas. For electrical works, conduits are installed either underground or within walls before plastering. We also ensure proper grounding and surge protection at main distribution points. Finally, for road access, the soil is compact, a base layer is added, and surfaces like asphalt or interlocking bricks are laid to create durable driveway and walkway. So, in a conclusion, our modern double-story residential house project showcase a well-thought out integration of structural, functional, and aesthetic elements. From earthworks and foundation to beams, slabs, and roofing system, every component was carefully selected based on site condition, safety, cost, effectiveness, and building standards. We adopt reference concrete as the primary structural material due to its strength, durability, and versatility. Modern design features such as flat roof, L-shaped stairs, and contemporary wall finish were used to enhance both the functionality and visual appeal of the house. Special attention was also given to infrastructure system, joints, and connectors to ensure safety, structural integrity, and long-term comfort to the occupants. Overall, this project reflects the principle of efficient planning, sustainable construction practice, and modern architecture and design, resulting in a home that is safe, practical, and visual striking.